So what's good? This your Monday guy, Coley. Um, shit. Welcome back to the Seven Trends Guy channel. This week's topic is uh STPs, Packers, dicks and whatnot. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm supposed to use proper terms. I don't know the proper terms. I'm sorry if I offend you when you watch this video, but just know this video contains content about sexual organs. Here we go, proper content. All right, so um, yeah, I think Jace, he said about the bottom growth that trans men experience, clitoral growth that happens. How long does it get? It depends on the person, how big or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah. So yeah. Jace had a great video before me. Had a bunch of little dildos laid out on the table and stuff. Um, so okay, so like my point of view on like packing and STPs is a little different than I would say than the general view of about this topic because I don't pack and I don't use a STP. Um, for several reasons. I mean, for one, I don't know. I find it a bit contradicting to the whole. I don't know. I think. Well, okay. Let me separate the two. Packing and SCPs. Those 4-in-1 SCPs are completely different. So let me start with packing. With packing, which is buying the little the flaccid fake penis and putting it in there for a bulge. Okay, now for that, I'm just like, why? I don't really. I mean, to each his own. But for that part of it, I'm just like, nah, cause like, I mean, why do you? I don't know. I don't find a good reason for having a packer, especially if it's just a pack. Like, okay, and then with ST, like, why? I don't know. Why you need that bulge in your pants? Like, and then there's STPs where I feel like are a bit more understandable, especially in unsafe situations where maybe you have to live stealth because you're in a small town where people will lynch you if you're trans or some shit like that. That would definitely be necessary. But I know a lot of people aren't in that situation. They just STP, just the STP. I don't know. I find toys more for sexual use. Um, that's the only reason I would use them. If I wanted a penis, I would just get bottom surgery. I know not everybody has that option, but let me just say, state my opinion now. So with packing, I don't know. I would just want to propose some things. I hear a lot of people talk about, okay, well, the first thing that comes out of somebody's mouth for justification about packing is when they start talking about it. Well, cis men have a bulge here, so I buy the packer and put it there because cis men have it. But then it's like, for one, you're not a cis man. Trans men, they fight so hard and they say, trans men are real men, but then go and try to buy packers to look like cis men. And I feel like that's contradicting to our whole movement here. We're here to say, like, that we're men and we don't need that to be a man. But then we're gonna buy some plastic ones. I don't know. Like, I just find that contradicting. And then there's a slogan, "My genitals don't define my gender." We have that slogan, and then you're like, if you walk around like, "My genitals don't define my gender," but let me just stick one in my pants to make you think that I have a different type of genitalia. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's contradicting to me. Like, I don't get it. And then I find like a lot of people use it for a sense of security. If that's the case, I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do. This is just my opinion, and maybe if you haven't heard an opposing views, I know like every trans man, like, or a majority of them pack. So if you haven't heard opposing views, I'm gonna respectfully pitch them to you. About security, I mean, if you're insecure about not having a bulging pants when you go to the gym, I think that's a time to really work on yourself and work on loving all parts of yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're packing so other people think you got a penis, when you go take off your clothes and you get in the shower and you still don't have that, I feel like that's more of a mask and not like a good solution for it. So maybe instead of packing and trying to like feel comfortable about doing that, work on like that self-love and loving that part of your body and realizing that you're a man without that, and that you should you should be okay without that. You don't need to be like a cis man. Like I always say, cis men, transgender men, both males, just a different type of breed. And that's what we speak about a lot, but then we go and try to like mirror what cis men do, which is like not being ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just feel like that instead of trying to mask that insecurity, right at the end of the day, when you wearing that, it's still not yours. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the insecurity is just being masked. It's not being taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Um, what else I want to say? Oh, as far as STPs, so I mean, I don't know. I don't. I'm in college. I use the male restroom and the male locker room. Just sit the fuck down. Like, excuse me. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. Like I said, it could be a situation of safety. I'm very supportive of people that have to do extra things to cover up their identity when they need to be safe, because safety is an issue in the trans community. But I know a lot of us aren't in that situation, especially if people know you're trans, and then you just, I don't know. With the STP, I wouldn't go to that trouble to try to put like a dick with a cup under my shit and try to. I'm just gonna go in the stall real fast. I think I addressed the issue with men's bathroom before. None of the men are they not worried about what you're doing. They too worried about being labeled as gay or looking at you. They not go handle your business and get out the bathroom. Like I do it. I take my ass to the stall, piss, walk out. We all handle our business, and there's no questions asked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I think for pleasure reasons, with sexual intercourse and whatnot, that would be necessary if your girl like penetration. You feel me? Or your boy. Not gonna make assumptions on that one, but if y'all need that for sexual use, I see that. I mean, you ain't got no other option. But I don't know. I just find it interesting with the packing situation, how a lot of the reasoning goes. I don't know all the reasons that people pack, but I just know I find a lot of the reasons. Cis men have this, cis men do this, cis men do that too, cis men blah blah blah. Well, I don't know. It's just like, for one, you're not a cis male. Trans men will never be cis men, and that's just the case. You know what I'm saying? It don't make you no less of a man. That's not. I'm just saying, like, if you learn to understand that and accept that about yourself and your identity, I feel like you'll be more comfortable with yourself, just in general as a person, and just realize that you're a transgender male, and trans men are real men, like cisgender men. They're both men, just point blank, like no questions asked. You feel me? But you're not a cisgender male, so like when you make decisions, don't try to be like a cisgender male. Just be yourself. That's a suggestion. It may have sounded like an order, but it was a suggestion. I'm trying to stay like, not be like trying to tell you what to do, but just to propose some things. Because I feel like I see a lot of insecurities within trans men, with our bodies. And I mean, for me, I experience bottom dysphoria a lot. You feel me? I do, but I wouldn't go as far as to like mask that insecurity with the packer. And I just wouldn't do it, because I feel like I would hurt myself in the long run. At the end of the day, when you naked and you get in the shower, you know what you got. You feel me? You gotta face that reality, and instead of hiding it or trying to present it as something it's not, just love it. Love yourself. You know, it's a and also I know what I discovered with my bottom dysphoria, at least, you know how Jace was saying in this video, is like you notice other people's stuff because people are always talking, trying to ask you what you got and tell you what you don't got and just stuff. And even if they don't ask you directly, you know the stigma of the community, so like you notice shit like that. But it's just a matter of like, no one, like it makes you more self-conscious because people like are always doing that, so you kind of like looking at yourself, like, you know, the way you see other people, because like from that the way people push that on you, you know, you start to see, like, you see other men's bulges because of the way people just always want to say that you don't have one. Just real shit. So, but people like aren't, you think other men are checking if you have a bulge in your pants to verify you? Like, really? No. That's a figment of our minds because it's so pushed on upon us, you know. So with that, I mean, no one's checking for that shit. You know what I'm saying? No one's checking for that. And at the most, if they are, they just gonna assume you got a little dick. Like, shit, I'm cool with that. All right, I got a little dick. You feel me? Whatever. You know, I just feel like at the end of the day, I guess all I'm trying to say is my perspective of packing, especially, is to more instead of trying to mask that insecurity of yourself and you know, not, you know, being like, you know, cis men have this in their pants, and you know, they feel like you studying like other men to try to like act like them. I mean, I thought we trans men, we a whole nother breed. You feel me? Embrace that shit. Like, know that you're a hybrid. Like, you the shit. You feel me? You a transgender male. You the shit. You the man. You feel me? You don't gotta go study other cis men and see what they like about their balls, or see how they feel about their bulge in their pants, or how do they lay their dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do you. Love yourself. And like, I experienced bottom dysphoria a lot in the beginning. Actually, in the beginning of my transition, I was like, yep, I'm getting bottom surgery. Like, I was ready. I still am leaning toward bottom surgery, but I wouldn't pack because it's an opportunity for me to teach myself self-love and to embrace the transgender man identity and the identity that comes along with the transgender male. If you're, you know, there's like some intersex trans men also, so they have, you know, some of them may have penises, but just speaking from my perspective, the trans men on this channel, I think none of them have bottom surgery or were born with penises. So, you know, embrace that. That's part of your transgender male identity, and that's something that, you know, I do feel like the oppression of the way society is about us, you know, we're just starting to give in a lot, you know, with the stealth and you know, the you don't have a penis thing. So now we got all these rubber plastic penises to make us feel like we have a penis, because if we don't, we're not men. But we should fight that, because at the end of the day, I'm all about being genuine and living the truth. So trying to put something in there so for security, you know, oh, I got this bulge in my pants, you know, I feel it, you know, but it's not yours. I just feel like, nah, I wouldn't try to satisfy my insecurity that way. I try to do it. It's a little harder. It's more difficult to face that part, you know, to face like, oh shit, like, I ain't got no dick. You know what I'm saying? It's more difficult to face that bottom dysphoria, because trust me, I went through it and it's not easy. But in a long run, taking that where you're gonna conquer that and never have to go through it again, rather than waking up and putting that in your pants every day, that's everlasting. But you know, if you deal with that and get some self love for your genitalia and whatnot, I'm talking about packing, then you know, that's everlasting happiness. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm working on dealing with. I mean, I deal with it every day. I've never packed. You feel me? So yeah. Self-love. It's all about it. And with the STPs, I don't know. That looks hard. I wouldn't even try it. STP is kind of like packing too, because you wear it and then you. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. If you got a vagina, sit your ass down. I mean, I don't know, man. I made videos like this before where I'm like kind of opposing generally what trans men do, and like people be in my DM like on their feelings. Like, I don't know, you feel me? This is my opinion. Just pocket your feelings real quick and just listen and come from a logical standpoint. I don't really need no feelings in my face because I really don't care. I'm just saying, you feel me? My opinion. So I don't really need no DMs rebuttaling what I say, because the trans men on this page, you know, they pack. I mean, on this stuff they pack and they STP and shit, and I ain't got nothing against it. I would never judge nobody for that. You feel me? I respect them, to each his own, but this is just my opinion. Um, you know, I just feel like STP, you know, unless it's not for safety, I mean, you know, deal with that insecurity. It's hard, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, I say deal with that insecurity. I don't want to I don't want to sound lighthearted when I say it. It's hard as fuck to deal with that. Like, the way it is in society, the way they push your genitals on you and your chromosomes and all this shit, like, it's hard, it's difficult. You're gonna cry, you're gonna struggle, and you're gonna be tempted. I've been tempted to pack before. I'm not saying I've always been like, oh, self-love, blah blah blah. Like, I'm not saying that. Trust me, I've been tempted. But all I'm saying is, just like, make yourself take the hard route. I'm telling you, live your life hard and it'll be easy. Live your life easy and it'll be hard. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, boy. Like, if you just make yourself face the truth about shit, then you're a transgender male. Not whatever parts you got. You got titties, curves. You know, we always say this shit, but then we go around and we try to, like, you know, bring it down. Like, nah. Embrace it. Show the world, like, fuck you. Like, okay, I ain't got no dick. I'm a man. Like, what's good? You feel me? Like, I go to the gym all the time. I don't pack or anything. People aren't gonna assume that you're transgender. Like, off the bat, they just gonna think you got a little dick. Like, or, I mean, men not checking for your dick. I'm trying to tell you. And the ladies, you know, whatever, you know, the bitch don't like that and whatever. But anyways, I think I stated my opinion. That's how I feel about it. Like I said before, you feel me? That's just how I feel. Please don't hop in my DM with that shit, cause I ain't with it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Um, Thank you for watching my video. I hope you tune in, and I hope my video was more of a way of proposing a different perspective than what you generally hear, than of a way of trying to put anybody down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put nobody down. I'm just trying to give you another way to think about it. Maybe after watching this video, you'll take a look at yourself and really think about why you're doing it, and think about maybe trying to develop that security without having to put a device in your pants or something. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I gave you a new perspective and something to think about, because that's all I'm trying to do here. You feel me? I'm here to get you thinking. I'm here to get your mind going. I'm not here to put you down or any of that. You know, we're here to give you our perspectives. I'm here to just, you know, try to get that mind running, try to radicalize you and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, this is your Monday guy, Coley. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching, and return for all my brothers videos all week. Appreciate you.